Great. All right, now it's better. So we gotta restart all this. It's okay. I'll just have to cut it, edit. So yeah, just getting organized is not easy, right? I'm still learning to be here, and yeah, Japan is not easy, and it's well, life is not easy. So I tried to do the best I got with what I've got, and this week was a good week because I had to change class. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I had the first half of the year I was in a certain class, and I don't know, they were more advanced than me, and it was difficult to follow, and I struggled through the first 2 months, 2.5 months. Plus, I was trying to find an apartment. Plus, I was trying to, get all the paperwork and figure out how to live, where to shop, all that stuff, and then still trying to keep contact with the network. Trying to keep in touch with the people I already know there, and trying to figure stuff out, right? And it's not it's not easy, but like I like challenges, so I'm not going to do too long because I've got to. I got an online class here in like 30 minutes, so I take extra classes to help me out because uh, I want to get this done, right? I want to get this learning process going, right? Yeah, it's good. I meet people, and well, we share, we exchange and all that, but I still gotta stick to the goal of learning Japanese so I can have some sort of certification so that I can get some kind of job that will enable me to stay here, right? Like, there's no good rule on how to stay here. There's three ways. You either have money to invest into a business or something like that, or start a business. That's a tough call right there. The second one is get a job, right? Get a job with a company that will sponsor a visa or get you a job. The most popular job here for foreigners to stay here is teaching English. It's not really what I want to do, but I might do a little bit on the side. Uh, Other than that, then there's well, if you get a job from a company, and then sometimes if you find a job, you have to relocate to find a place where you want to stay. You may not want to live there, so it's a little tough. And the fourth one is get married, and even that's got its own challenge. So we're not in the marriage part. Not even close. It's not even the reason I'm here, anyways. Um, so yeah, the challenge to live here is not easy. It's not as simple as people think it is. It's extremely complicated, and what you see in the news and what you see, on TikTok and YouTube is not Japan, right? That's the cream, right? That's not, you know. So you want something, you got to work for it. That's what I figured out. Over life is you got to work for what you want to get, and then you may never get there anyways, right? So you just got to do the best with the abilities and the drive that you have, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I still got a lot of drive, still got a lot of interest, still curious. So I'm just trying to get organized on the streaming. I'm not like super like structured yet, and hopefully I'll get that done. It's also like streaming is almost like therapy for me. It's not like I need a psychiatrist or something, but it's more like it organizes my thoughts. It helps me, make plans. It structures my day. Because I get my training. I cook meals. I go to school, and so I like to fill in some blocks. So and understanding how things work is one of the things I like to do, and so living in Japan is one of those things. Is how does this place work, And I had a person ask me a question and stuff, and they say it's about relationship and stuff like that, and I says, so basically my answer, was basically, I love everybody, right? I don't care. In Japan, I love everybody, you know. I don't hate anybody, you know. And the reason why I say that is because I'm trying to move to a country, and the people that are around me are the ones that made the country what it is, right? So no matter who they are, right? People on the bus, the train, the traffic, the train station, the school, all the, you know, the native people from here, they're the ones that, this is the reason why the country is what it is, right? The good, the bad, all that good stuff. But no, I came here because of that, right? So I can't, you know, put the Japanese down on in any other way and say I can't do that. Like I say, it's Japan. That's what it is, right? You know, you're here, you got to deal with it, right? So it you got to, I don't say assimilate, but you got to contribute to live here. So you got to be part of the wheel, right? And still do your own thing, right? So a lot of people I see, they come here and they expect Japan to give them something, and nothing's going to be given to you anywhere in life. It doesn't matter where you go. You may think that you come here to get the nice pastries or meet the pretty girls, or, you know, enjoy the nice safety and, you know, like cleanliness, so all these other things they're talking about, you know, public transport and all that. But that's just services, right? It's just like there, right? It's part of it, right? But you got to find your own path in there, right? You know, what are you here for, right? If you're just here to enjoy food, I'll stay home in the U.S. and eat my own food, and I'll be fine, right? So it's not the food. There's pretty girls everywhere, right? It doesn't matter what country you're from. So that's not it either, right? You have to have a life here that gives you a purpose, right? Like for yourself, you have to have a bit of purpose, right? And why I'm here, not just to eat food and, you know, take the train on time. I mean, I don't think so, right? It's like, that's not a big reason to be here. So it's anywhere you go, you have to be creative. Anywhere you go, you have to make choices. Yeah, sometimes the choices don't work out, but, you know, it's part of life, right? If you don't do anything, nothing is going to happen. Making mistakes is because you're doing something, right? So, I mean, I'll make mistakes, I'll trip, and, you know, I'll put my foot in my mouth, say things I shouldn't have said, but you know what? That's life, right? You go back over it, you say, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Man, that's a good idea. I'll keep working on that. So that's why I'm here, trying to figure out my path. And you know, I've went through a lot. Everybody does. Everybody has a story, right? You know, no one's special. Everybody has a story. So I'm just trying to make the best of my story. So, and I don't really have answers, right? I'll make answers and I'll fill in the blanks as I go along. And I have ideas, you know, some ideas are possible, some ideas might be more easier, harder to do. But overall, you know, you have to decide, you know, yeah, make choices. Right? So that's why I'm here. I made a choice to be here. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to survive in that little box I have called my apartment, or whatever we call it, you know, that little place I have here. So, and anyways, I have to move the camera. Working on that. I'd like to set up a few cameras because I cook a lot, and I like to do, I like to work on my videos a little bit. I haven't done much since I've been literally the last year, because I've been cleaning up my farm, figure out how to learn Japanese and all this good stuff. And so, and then you know, all that stuff is on YouTube and stuff. And I put a lot of stuff on Instagram too, and Facebook. So these things, it's like a story, right? You know, and you do the best with what you got. And so the thing about a lot of stuff in life is that you you don't know what's happening, right? You have to work on the present, and too many people think too ahead. Yeah, you make plans for the future, but you don't know what the future brings. You have no clue, right? So you can't say I'm waiting for something, you know, for my future. Well, future is now, right? And you know, the food's on their plate. You know, don't wait too long. It's going to get cold. So you have to, you know, enjoy the moment that you have now. And so that's what I'm trying to see if I can, you know, show you guys what I go through here. Yeah, I'm human, you know. I'm not here to give opinions on religions or politics or whatever. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I have my own stuff. I don't want to get into discussions on that. Uh, you know, I do what I do because you know, that's what I want to do, right? And sharing is important. You know, so I'm trying to share part of life. I don't care if one person watches or nobody watches. I'm just doing this also. It's like recording, you know, how I see the world here and then world in general. So I'll do my best, right? So we'll keep going, and but like I say, like it's a challenge. So we have to live now, and we don't have to worry about the future, right? You know, the future comes, and you know, you make plans for the future. That's what I'm doing. I came from Florida, so I made a decision to be here. So, but anyways, just a few minutes. So I think I would get 10 minutes or 15. So I'm gonna keep going because I got class, and I'll try to structure videos better next time. Kind of messed up on this one. Didn't have the microphone. Crazy. There's just too many things, you know. You get up in the morning, you know, gets things done. I've got like go outside, and then go from there. But I'll try to, you know, get more structure. But this is mostly pictures of Japan and the forest. And I love the forest. The countryside is definitely not the city. So I like the countryside a lot better. It recharges my batteries. The city is depressing. People are blindfolders, you know, they just like do their own thing, which is fine, you know. Meet some interesting characters for sure. But I'd rather just do my countryside stuff and meet people over there and take a chance, right? Take a chance. So there's a lot of good stuff here, you know, and but nothing, you know, like I say, if you don't do anything, nothing's gonna happen. So in life, you got to make choices and you got to deal with the consequences. So I'm here. Like I say, I'm not here to, you know, tell you how to live your life. I'm basically here to show you what I'm doing, you know, and go from there. So, peace. And I got to get ready for class online again. So, matane, matai masho. Have a good day. We'll see you later.